What's up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video, as you can tell by the title. So this was a topic that I've been thinking about. One of my subscribers asked me to do this video, Kristen, so shout out to you. The whole nostalgia going around in the Transformers fandom and products that Hasbro and Takara have been releasing over the last, it's been around since around about 2004 with the 20th anniversary of G1 and everything. So let's say about 20 years, but it's really ramped up recently in the last 10 or so years, I'd say, especially the last 5 years with a lot of these anniversaries that have been going on and the whole universe, multiverse thing in Generations that they've been ramping up with and bringing more things in, which means more anniversaries, like with Beast Wars and Unicron Trilogy and everything. So there's been a whole lot of that going on as well. And I kind of want to analyze both sides while kind of converging onto one topic here, which is the whole nostalgia bait anniversary thing within Transformers and Hasbro releases. Is this kind of holding us back and weighing us down with the fandom and the franchise to move forward as the years go? Or is it just something that is what it is? Now, let's talk about why they do this first. I don't know why my nose is so itchy. I don't know if there's a hair there or something, but whatever. So, obviously, it's a big old cash grab. Hasbro wants to make that sweet, sweet cheddar cheese, and it's something that you just can't really escape. Even if they did tone it down, it's not going to go away. So, it's just an easy cash grab, because you look at something. I'm going to use G1 as the main example here, because it's the best example for this. It has the most anniversary celebration so far, and it gets the most updates in the collector lines. So you take that and you look at the market and the demographic and how they make these things. And these things fly off the shelves. They sell out. I don't know how good the retro subline is doing this year with like the Gears and Bumblebee and the retro G1 packaging. That actually kind of seems to be shelf warming, so I don't know, but Studio Series 86, which is obviously sort of like an anniversary emblem for that movie, that's been doing really well the last 4 years. It's going to be coming up on its 40th anniversary next year, and we know there's going to be a whole lot of SS86 releases next year for the 40th anniversary of the movie, because we have listings and leaks that say so. And it's getting to the point where, is it too much? Now, I know why they do it. It's very obvious. They got to make their money to fund other stuff, to pay the workers, to keep things afloat. It is what it is, and G1 is one of the main selling points of Transformers, if not the main selling point, besides maybe movie merchandise, which always does good, despite what some people may say in the community. But it gets to a point where you look at what's going on with the new cartoons nowadays, the toy lines with that. You look at what's going on with the Generations line. And the Generations line has always been something that is this sort of catch-all thing where you get updates of older cartoons or comic book characters. And they've really ramped up that idea of that recently, the last 5 or so years, which is really nice, because they started off doing that a little bit, but then they kind of strayed away for a few years and just basically did strictly G1 or IDW adjacent G1. So you take all that into account, and it seems like it's leaning more so into anniversaries for just everything, as opposed to also bringing in new ideas for the franchise. Because you look at what was going on when this whole collector line first started in around let's say 2006 with classics. If you want to go even further, the Generations whole emblem and design philosophy with articulation and transformations and everything, that's been around since Beast Wars. So the whole sort of thing that we're used to with Generations figures, it's been around since Beast Wars, but Classics was really the first line that started it all with these sort of like homages to older characters, and the idea of redoing characters from older iterations in cartoons and comics. So since 2006, you compare it to back then to now in terms of the new media versus old media output, in terms of the quality and what you're getting. Old media is favored so much to the point where it seems like new ideas are just not being put out there as much with Transformers as it used to be. And those new ideas from 15, 20, 25 years ago are the ideas being retroed nowadays. What's going to be retroed 10, 15, 20, 25 years from now if they're mainly focusing on the things that were new ideas 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40 years ago? So it's this thing that I'm thinking about, where is Transformers going to get stuck in this loop of just recycling things because of what Hasbro is doing to the franchise, in terms of really only focusing on older characters, designs, and ideas and redoing those, as opposed to at the same time maybe doing like a 50-50 sort of thing, or like a 70-30. I don't know what the percentages should be, but as opposed to also putting some focus into new ideas and deluxes, Voyagers, and leader class figures of the new cartoon stuff as well. And they just do not do that at all. Hasbro has gotten really lazy in terms of new product for these newer iterations of Transformers with the cartoons and everything. So I'm just thinking, what is it going to be like 10, 20 years from now? Because of this whole focus on older media and kind of stripping back on newer media and keeping it more cheap and everything. Because we see that with Cyberworld this year. It's super cheap. It's a YouTube-only series. So I'm looking at everything, and it seems a little odd and unbalanced to me. I think with constantly going back and focusing on anniversary sublines and just redoing older characters, they're kind of putting Transformers in a bit of a rut where what are they going to have to lean on with nostalgia for the future generations when there really isn't all that much to cling on to? I mean, you look at Cyberverse, Earthspark, Cyberworld, RID 2015, the toy lines were super small and just not really substantial. Like, I just don't see a kid from RID 2015 getting a whole lot of nostalgia off of a warrior class figure or one of those crappy gimmick toys from back then that they still make nowadays for stuff like Cyberworld and Earthspark and stuff. So I just don't know what Hasbro's game plan is for the future of these collector lines, and if they want nostalgia-based stuff for the future as well, they're gonna have to make some like more of an effort on newer ideas than they are right now. And I don't know if Hasbro's gonna do that, because it seems like, again, it's moving into more figures. They're like more of an adult-based market nowadays. So I'm just thinking, like, it seems a bit more I don't know what I'm trying to say right now, but like the whole nostalgia bait thing, I think they're going to put themselves into a situation that you may get less out of the franchise as the years go on, and new ideas, get the hell out of here. Old ideas and anniversaries, that's going to be the whole thing, which I don't think Transformers can just live off that. It does not seem like a good idea, and I think they need to balance things out with the new cartoons. Do some Deluxes, Voyagers on that, and leader class figures like what they used to do with Animated and Prime and Unicron Trilogy and Beast Wars. Like, you look at the older generation stuff, you had the separate line for the new cartoons, and then you had the separate line for collectors who want more of the older stuff redone for nostalgia purposes. And you still have that later half with Generations, but you don't have that new clinging on to the future of Transformers with these new cartoons and those toy lines. All you get is a few Warrior Class and Deluxe Class figures, then a bunch of crappy gimmick toys, and their excuse is, oh, it's for kids. Well, when I was a little kid, I was playing with Deluxe, Voyager, and Leader Class figures because that's what they made for those cartoons. So are you saying kids nowadays are dumb and don't deserve actual good toys? I don't know. That argument to me just always seems dumb. But yeah, guys, I don't want to ramble on too much longer. I'm just gonna be going around in circles. But fact of the matter is, I think nostalgia bait stuff, if in excess, like in what it's kind of been done right now, I think it could be bad for the long run with Transformers and new ideas. But let me know down in the comments below, how do y'all feel about this topic? And yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. Catch y'all in the next one. Bye.